It's the music will save the day experience.
So how you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, man. You're always a special guest everywhere you go, eh?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you get for being a slave to music.
Yes,
in a good way, in a good sense, that you get to serve what the people need. And yeah, that's what I feel good in doing in each and every day of my life. I try my best to be that person. And music is just one of those things that really drives me to be that person. Yeah. My name is CuloeDeSong, born and bred in Northern KZN, Eshowe. Onyokolume kuseshowe boyise ngase-Richmond. Ngikhule emakhaya, went to the city, discovered music, and then the story is still continuing.
What's your earliest memory of music?
My earliest memory of music is me and my friends playing somewhere we shouldn't be, in a dump site. I picked up an old radio that was thrown away and I took it home, and then I played around with the wires and fixed it. I started dubbing tapes of mixtapes from like radio shows at night on Metro FM, on all the different stations around the country. And yeah, man, that's probably my earliest memory of music. Earlier than that, yeah, I know. It's been a long time. Yeah. The same as breathing, man. For me, it's like breathing. And I think it's just about also being addicted to the idea that we are all interconnected as creatives around the world. So it's always nice to just listen to what is out there. And also, if you walk into any space, it just feels very weird without music, you know. So it has its own presence that it plays in a sense that is beyond our understanding, I believe. And yeah, but as long as we have the senses to feel it and enjoy it and use it, actually, you know, as we're gifted to use it for many things, and having fun is one of them, and escaping the realities of the world and healing from the realities of the world as well. Music will save the day experience, man. It goes very well with a man called DJ Kabila. He's the kind of man that taught me that music is a healing tool, actually, you know, in his own way, in his own right. He taught me how to play vinyl. He taught me house music. He took me throughout the histories of house. And yeah, basically, you know, he's the one who groomed me, you know, into the scene and the club scene especially. And I realized the power of music just being around people like him, you know, who are enthusiastic about life, who look at life beyond their disabilities and all of that. And I think it's a massive inspiration to people, and it's amazing that he's in a tough and intense industry like the music industry at the same time. So it shows his spiritual and mental strength, you know, that he has been given by God, and I think it's something that we should acknowledge. And music will save the day for me. That's what it means holistically.
Because people are vibing with your set today.
Yeah.
How many sing-alongs do you get in your set? Like on a scale of
Not a lot. Not a lot, bro. Or maybe I just don't take notes. You know, sometimes you're an artist and you just have to focus on what you're doing. But then you can feel the echoes, you can hear the echoes. And yeah, I mean, it's something that's always like very special when people give love back. And for me, performing is also like a form of love, you know. So it's always great to like receive it back like that. You know, that kind of reciprocation, the stage versus arena kind of vibe is always a blessing for me. Yeah. Not a lot as well, because as an enthusiast of like sonics, I'm more into like instrumentals and dubs, like that kind of thing. And so making like songs that people can relate to and sing along to is obviously an extra bonus, which is very special, you know, like for me as a person, you know. But for me as a vessel being used to make that music, that is something beyond me. We gotta vibe, man. We gotta vibe with whoever I'm working it, and we gotta be understanding, you know, in a certain level. You know what I mean? We gotta know each other. We gotta be using the same program, not really, but you know, we gotta be able to be in sync, man. You know, gotta be in sync, and also maybe relate if there's a certain subject matter, that the song has. I think it becomes more powerful when the people in the studio can relate. If the song is about love, people in the studio have experienced the highs and lows of love, that energy goes higher, you know what I mean? So, and you get like a good product like that. And yeah, man, it's all about being in sync and relating when it comes to experiences, location, etc. So yeah, you gotta be in sync in many ways. Yeah. I mean, people love dub dogs. It also like means that, like I'm a dub lover. I love dubs. If we're in the vinyl days, I would say I'm the side B guy. I like the other side. I never really like the main song. So I've always been that kind of creative. I always look for more. So even with music, production software, you gotta go into the folders, do some sound mining, you gotta scratch, like you gotta stretch down like a dog looking for food, you know what I mean? Like to come up with something nutritious and special sonically, it's a bit of a process, and that's why I call it dub dogs, because it's just the kind of person that I am. And also there's a bit of a gimmick to it, Inja, you know what I mean, like where we come from. And yeah, it was just me having fun with that project, man, to be honest. Oh, come on, dog. Dog, EJ is a dog.
What are you working on now? What can we expect from you next?
Working on a remix package from the last album, The Conspiracy Theory. We're working on a international remix package with some serious electronic music giants that I respect. And each and everybody, I feel like they've given their best, retake, to the music that was out. So I think it's important right now with the new sound emerging, like so strongly, like everywhere. Like the new definition of Afrotech or Afro House, is spreading like wildfire, So it's interesting to hear all these different takes, of the last projects. And I've never really been a fan of releasing an official remix package, of the project. But I think it was about time where I opened my heart to collaboration and other ideas of life, in general. So it's just one of those little moves. Me opening up my heart to collaborating with others and understanding where they come from as well. And also just being appreciative that they're alive and well and they're doing what they do, like how we do it. And yeah, man, it's all about synchronicity. Yeah. Oh, wow, it has done a lot. It has done a lot today. It was a busy day. I think it's the time of the month in South Africa. The airports are extremely busy, so the energy is like super crazy, So there's a bit of frustration at the airports, like if you travel, like those little things. And sometimes I just plug on my headphones, and just focus, on the journey, take it step by step. And yeah, that's what it has done for me. Sometimes it puts me to sleep on the plane, sometimes you need to get some rest after all the shows. Yeah. It's very random, and to be honest, it goes back to the sound mining thing. So even if you did it like 3 months earlier, like the fact that you went online and you didn't just scrape the top 100 and then kept it there, you just gotta go in and listen to a lot of artists that exist, in that platform. And I think you gotta give yourself time and see what you can relate to so that you develop your own unique texture as a person, so that you are honest on stage, you know what I mean? So no matter, even if you did that like 5 years ago, that one folder, with those tracks, it must have that ultimate texture that means way now, And you can find a lot of that, through other people. That's why it's like a reflection. We reflect through each other, like we are like mirrors, So that's why I think that buying of music process as well must be really special to you, like so that you can develop your own texture when you're on stage. Yeah. For me, it's really not that important because I'm one of those people that believe time is an illusion. But I don't want to go that deep today, and also I don't want to speak about things I don't fully know. But sometimes you just gotta believe things, because you feel them inside. And I think a good song can be made in 3 minutes, 30 minutes, in 3 hours, in 3 days, in 3 years. You just never know, you know. So yeah, it's like a continuous like resonance, you know. So especially right now, I think we are a true reflection of that with how we exist as society, you know, how things are moving around, how relationships are forming through the burst of the internet. And yeah, so it's time for me right now is a tricky one to hold on to. Yeah. The love of it. I don't think there's anything more that pushes the inspiration in my head or in my heart. You know, when it comes to music, it's just the love, the natural love of it. And also, I grew up with the name CuloeDeSong, so a lot of the things were embedded in my subconscious. You know, like just from knowing people, they'll tell you this and that. Your family will tell you this and that. Your family is involved in music, in church and the city choir. My mom was involved in the city choir, where we come from. And she's an amazing vocalist as well, you know, which is one thing I think that would be like a dream project, you know what I mean? Yeah, but I mean, obviously what she does was more like, well, what do you call it? Like Pavarotti, you know what I mean? Like more professional, more vocal. So it's not something you think about as a beat maker or something, you know what I mean? You just feel like it's more intimidating. Like you need like some musical classes, because I'm like a Fruity Loops guy, you know, like I'm like what you call it, the pen generation. You know, we draw music with the mouse and all of that. So we manipulate sounds and mess them with effects, and you know what I mean. So sometimes working with people that approach music in that way, it can be very intimidating, especially if it's your own mother. But I know it's gonna happen, and we'll make it happen. And I've realized that the simplicity of the process is pretty much similar to working with anyone. It's just that some people you deeply respect them like that, you know, so that you just maybe wait for the right time for things to happen. And yeah. I mean, it's that, and also just like watching music videos late at night, you know, reminiscing through the music that you've been listening to, you know, the next day. So it's all like just been a memory game, you know, like you're planting all those old school kwaito songs, disco songs, Kalawa, Otrombisi, you know, and Mosquito with the church grooves, you know, like Skule Makaya, you know, not really surrounded by real nightclubs and all that, but we'll just get and feed off from that energy, you know, those people that made it worldwide, you know, through the music. So yeah. Man, all I have to say is that it's all love. Kabila has always been about love, and he's always been that guy that's just there to help and assist. And he's a good friend, and I think the gods of music also appreciate him for that. You know, so shout out to him. And music will serve the day. It's a brilliant concept, and I think it's gonna last in people's hearts for a very, very long time.
Yeah, thank you, man.
All right, cool, brother.